Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Auni Batrisyia binti Suharto and I'm a second year student studying TESOL in University Science Malaysia. In the second row, there's my student ID number 141849 and the third row says that I am shorter than I look in most of my pictures, which is true, and I believe that to be an amazing fact of myself. Okay, so shall we begin the lesson? Yes, we shall. Okay, first up, we'll be focusing on one-syllable adjectives that ends in consonant and has a short vowel sound. For example, the word big has a short vowel sound of I and ends with the letter G. So, we have to double the consonant letter and add the suffix ER at the end. So, big becomes bigger. Next is one-syllable adjectives that ends in consonant but has a long vowel sound. For example, the word old. Old has a long O sound and ends with the consonant D. However, we do not need to double the consonant at the end, so we just have to add the suffix ER instead. Therefore, old becomes older. And finally, for one-syllable adjectives that ends in vowel, for example, the word large, you just have to add the suffix R at the end. So large becomes larger. Now, for two or more syllable adjectives and ends in consonant, all you need to do is just add the word more or less before the adjective. For example, Jacob is interesting. Michael is not so interesting. So you can say Jacob is more interesting than Michael, or Michael is less interesting than Jacob. Oh, and be sure to add the word then when comparing things and people. Now, there are special rules for adjectives ending in Y. You need to change the letter Y to I and then add the suffix ER at the end. For example, the word easy. That test was easy becomes easier. That test was easier than I had thought. Heavy. My huge cat is heavy becomes heavier. I think my cat is heavier than me. But you can also use the word more instead of adding suffix ER or IER. For example, more easy and more heavy. You just have to add the word more before the adjective. Now, moving on to irregular comparatives. Those are adjectives that cannot have suffixes of R, ER, or IER. For example, good, bad, little, and late. So for good, it goes from good, better, and best. Bad, worse, worst. Little, less, least. And late, latter, and latest. There are more examples in the English language. And to find that out, you can search it up on the internet and let it do the magic for you. Finally, we've reached the part of learning equal comparison. Now, equal comparison is when you want to compare two things or two people using the form as, adjective as, or not as, adjective as. For example, I am as tall as my sister, and I am not as tall as my sister. So today we've covered 4 different subtopics in today's lesson, which are one-syllable adjectives, two-syllable adjectives, irregular comparatives, and equal comparison. So thank you for watching.